like to make it here, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones had it done since the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Ravens at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Jackson to throw. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at 32-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
82 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. From the 38, Allen. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were strong last week, CD, and that win over New England.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it?
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game. The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Past the 20. 5. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. But a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's Bass now to send it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now Dobbins again on second down. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
That's into the hands of Crochet. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on second and 8. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
No gain on the play there, second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing in setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Barney, you know when we call our game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Play action. It's Jackson.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Allen going to throw. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Bass is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Short kick. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Right back to Dobbins on first. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Well, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They start the drive with Cook.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
Takes it to about the 37.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. A big play here for Buffalo. 55 yards. They'll run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 9-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played,
he's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Rashad Bateman,
73 yards.
and the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Tucker now for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson.
Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Jackson now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th on this best day the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
We'll get this to about the 38.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook.
62 yards.
And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Bass on for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
And now here is another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. 20. 5. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer.
And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, I think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And now the rookie's free. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook, 41 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
He's going to let it fly.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.